Welcome to our weekly series. Today's topic is how to stop sugar cravings. So if you're someone who craves sugar, who craves, you know, that sweet monster that is hiding in your cupboard and you have like a hidden stash of sweets that you go to, listen up. Today we're going to talk about why we get addicted to sugar, how to tell that you're addicted to sugar, how sugar affects your health. I'll cover that. And then, what can we do to stop our sugar craving? So if you have any questions, just drop them below, comment anytime you want. Let's get started. I want to say this. Sugar is more addictive than cocaine or any other addictive drug. Eating sugar feels more rewarding than a drug. Not that I've done drugs, but the research shows that that's what happens. And why is that? It's because as human beings, we're hardwired to seek out sugar from very young age, from when we were born, from when we were babies. We were fed sweet things, so we got used to that. Our baby food contains sugar. We would eat fruit puree, which had sugar. Mother's milk contained natural sugars. So we are hardwired to look out for sugar and to crave sugar. So that's technically a normal thing for most of us. Um, our cells, they have evolved to rely on sugar as their number one fuel source. And our brain chemicals, which are very similar to the chemicals in heroin and marijuana, they make you like the taste of sweets. Um, and when we try to withdraw from sugar, we get the same withdrawal effect as from drugs. So we experience things like anxiety, depression, we experience more cravings, and unfortunately, it becomes this vicious cycle of wanting more and more and more. You might feel cranky, moody, you might feel tired when you don't get enough sugar in your bloodstream and your brain. And don't get me wrong, our brain needs sugar to function. It does, but not as much as we have been consuming in our society. So this is why it's so difficult to stop cravings. Now, how do you tell that you're addicted to sugar? I'm going to give you these five statements, and if if you're sorry, I'm trying to read the comments as well. Okay, so if you relate to these statements, just say yes at the bottom. The first one is you make excuses for your sugar. Things like, oh, it's organic, it's okay. Does anyone do that? Yes. Just let me know in the comments. The other thing, the second one is to satisfy your sweet tooth, you make special trips to the store or coffee shop. Who does that? I do that. For motivation, you reward yourself with something sweet. You have a secret sugar stash, or you binge on sugar when you're alone and no one's watching. Ooh, who hasn't done that, right? And the last one, you have tried to stop eating sugar, but you just can't. Let me just go here. I want to make sure. I don't know where to look at for your comments here. I'm sure they'll pop up somewhere. All right. Yes, sometimes I see. Oh, the comments come up on the left side. This is a new system here. Okay. All right, guys. So how does sugar affect our health? This you will probably already know, when you overeat, or rather when you get used to sugar and then you try to cut down, you feel tired, low energy, sluggishness, um, your immune system drops, you get sick a lot. This happens a lot because bad bacteria, and first of all, our immune system, most of it lies in our gut. I've spoken about this in other videos. And bad bacteria, the gut bacteria, feeds on sugar. So the more you feed it, the more they're going to multiply and they're going to party in your gut. They're going to make you feel sluggish. This is where we see a lot of yeast infections as well. Candida is one thing. sugar is the primary cause of candida. Then there is brain fog, difficulty concentrating, weight gain is one of them, of course. Um, Skin issues, premature wrinkles, dull skin. In fact, a lot of my clients who get off sugar, the first thing they notice is their skin is glowing and they get all these compliments. Why? Wow. What kind of skincare are you using? You know, what are your products? And it's really not any products. It's just that you're cleaning up your diet, you're removing the sugar, and your skin glows, your hair shines. So there are so many benefits to minimizing the sugar and really controlling those cravings to feel better. Depression, mental health is also hugely affected from sugar. And of course, sugar can lead to a lot of other serious health conditions. So I want to talk about why we crave sugar and what we can do about it. There are two main reasons, and you may have heard me talk about this in prior videos. There are two main reasons why we crave sugar. One is a nutritional connection, and the other one is an emotional, and they are connected. This is why I'm saying it's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you. So, nutritionally speaking, the cravings that we have, they exist in our body due to nutritional imbalances. So when we balance our body nutritionally by focusing on quality protein, healthy fats, good healthy carbs, the cravings, they slowly subside. So as you feed your body what your body needs to thrive, your cravings will subside. But if you keep feeding your body these empty calories, these processed foods that have no nutrients in them, your body's going to want more and more and more because it's not satisfied. So you're depriving your body of nutrients, and this is a huge component of cravings. As you start balancing your diet, as you start eating whole foods, I've been saying whole foods, eat whole foods for everything, really, your cravings will subside. Now, the second part is the emotional connection. And this is an interesting thing because it comes from self-taught cravings. So we crave foods for one reason, really, to improve our mood and to lift our energies, to nourish our body, right? Um, we desire a particular food in hopes that after we eat that food, we will feel more peaceful, we will feel satisfied. But then over time, we learn to associate these foods with the feelings that we desire. So, you've heard, let's say someone breaks your heart, you gravitate towards ice cream. Why is that? There is an emotional connection to food. This is where emotional eating comes from. So in reality, we're not craving the food, we're craving that feeling. So it's our emotions that trigger us to crave the foods that we eat. And this is why I'm saying it's not what you're eating, it's what's eating you. What are your emotions telling you? So I want you to think of it this way. Next time you crave chocolate or whatever it is for that matter, next time you crave a food, I want you to just step back, take a moment and reflect on why are you craving this food. Is it really that you want that chocolate nutritionally, or is it because your emotions are speaking to you? So ask yourself, what have you been going through? Are you feeling stressed? Are you feeling anxious? Was it maybe something someone said that made you feel uncomfortable or unhappy? Whatever it is, pay attention to your thoughts and feelings. And then after that, still go ahead and eat the chocolate. Just make sure it is good quality chocolate. So this is where the nutrition comes in. I'm not saying you need to deprive yourself of these delicious foods because, okay, let's face it, chocolate, cakes, cookies, chips, fries, they can be delicious, right? So I'm not saying to completely stop eating them because if you deprive yourself of these foods, you're going to just want to binge eat. And that's not what we want here. What we want here is to make peace with food. So go ahead and eat the chocolate. Just make sure it's dark chocolate. Maybe it contains nuts to give you a little bit of protein and fat to nourish you, to nourish your brain, and to give you energy rather than to crash you because it's the type of chocolate that contains more sugar than actual cacao. So this is where I want you to work on this week and just pay attention to how you feel when you eat certain foods. And, I say good food equals good mood. So if you eat well, you're going to feel well, and it's going to show in your productivity, in your health, help you lose weight as well. Um, and I have something really exciting for you guys that I'm putting together because I know it's really hard to overcome your cravings on your own. So I am gonna put together a 21-day Crave Crusher course where we're gonna work on this together. So stay tuned for that. But until then, work on these things that I mentioned. And next week, Thursday at noon, I'm going to be back here answering your questions about sugar cravings or really any other kinds of cravings. And I'll see you then. Bye.